Hello, this is Joel Bernthal, and I'll be commentating both the JV and varsity games tonight. These games do not matter, they're pretty much just for practice. So these won't count towards the season or anything. Obviously, this isn't a sectional game for varsity. JV is playing right now. We are in Blair Taylor. And varsity will play after this. Oh yeah, C-Team also came with JV because C-Team doesn't have any more games. So you might have already known, so they're just playing up with JV today. Sheridan serve goes over. Set by 23. Spike from 2. Tipped over by 2. Nice read there. Nice effort from Sheridan and Milky to get that back over off the net. Set by Sheridan. Spike from Falkenberg goes to 23. 2 is unable to push it over. 1-0. Lancers take the lead. Sheridan will continue to serve for the Lancers. Sheridan serve goes over. C by 40. Set by 2 and over. Nice up from Hannah Kazemba. Set by Sheridan Nelner. Spike from Bauer. Goes to 7. Set by 23. Spike from 2. Nice up from Nelner. Goes into the stands to the right, however. Score is now tied at 1. 22 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over. Received by Bauer. No, received by Rail. Set by Bauer. And Rail can't quite get it over. 2-1 Lancers down by 1. 22 will continue to serve for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over, received by Kazemba, set by Nelner, spike from Falkenberg. Goes nowhere. 3-1 Lancers lead by 2. 22 continuing to serve. 22 serve again goes over, received by Kazemba, set by Nelner, spike from Milky. That goes on the wrong side of the antenna. 4-1 Lancers lead by 3. 22 will continue to serve. Serve goes over, received by Bauer, set by Milky. Spike from Falkenberg goes to 22. Tipped over by 23, received by Kazemba. And I couldn't see what was called. I'm guessing 2 hits. 4-2 Lancers lead by 2. Erica Falkenberg will begin serving. Serve goes over, received by 22, set by 23. Spike from 2 goes to Nelner. Milky can't tip it over. 5-2 Lancers lead by 3. Lancers down by 3. 23 continuing to serve. Will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over, received by Falkenberg, set by Nelner, bumped over by Kazemba, received by 22, set by 7, spike from 40. That'll go into the net. 5-3 Lancers now lead by 2. Ava Williams will come in for Erica Falkenberg, and Katara Melky will begin serving for the Lancers. Milky serve goes over to 22, set by 2. Tipped over by 40, received by Sheridan, set by Bauer. Spike from Sheridan goes to 22. Set by 7. Bumped over from 40, received by Williams. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba. Nice spot. 5-4 Lancers down by 1. Milky will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over to 8, set by 22. Spike from 7 goes to Williams. Kazemba, set by Nelner, bumped over from Isabel. Received by 22, set by 7. Spike from 2 goes to Williams. Set by Nelner, bumped over from Kazemba. Received by 23, set by 7. Spike bumped over from 40. Received by Milky, set by Nelner. Spike from Bauer goes to the back row to 23. Tipped over by 22, does not quite make it. That's 4 hits. Yeah. Okay, they called 2 hits, but it should have been 4. Should have been 4. Okay. Anyway, score is tied at 5. Milky will continue to serve for the Lancers. Serve goes over, received by 8. Tipped over by 40. That'll go down 6-5. Lancers down by 1. 10 will come in for 8 and 20. No, just 2. 2 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over to Kazemba, set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba. Go to 22, tipped over from 10. Back set over by Kazemba, received by 23, set by 7. Spike from 40. Goes into the gap. Williams able to get there in time, but not get it up high enough. 7-5. Lancers down by 2. 2 will continue to serve for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over, received by Milky, set by Nelner. Pushed over by Rail. Received by Williams, set by Nelner. Bumped over from Kazemba. Received by 2, set by 7. Spike from 40. That'll go into the net. 7-6. Lancers down by 1. Ella Bernthal will come in for Bauer, and Julie Mayhew will come in for Milky. Bernthal serve goes over to 22. Saved by 40. Bumped over from 7. Set by Julia. Set by Rail and pushed over from Nelner. Received by 22. Set by 2. Pushed over from 23. Received by Kazemba. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba. Goes into the net. 8-6. Lancers down by 2. Mayhew will continue to serve. Whoops. 40 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Her serve goes over. Received by Williams. Free ball for Blair Taylor. Set from 7. Spike from 22. Goes to the floor. 9-6. Lancers lead by 3. Down by 3. 40 continuing to serve for Blair Taylor. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them below in the chat and I will answer you. 40 serve again goes over, received by not Mayhew. Williams is too low for anybody to get up though. 10-6. Lancers down by 4. 40 will continue to serve for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over to Williams, set by Kazemba, bumped over from Rail. Received by 2, set by 7, spike from 10, goes to Bernthal, set by Nelner, tipped over by Kazemba, and will go down off of 7. 10-7, Lancers now down by 3. Hannah Kazemba will begin serving for the Lancers after Erica Falkenberg comes in for Ava Williams. Kazemba serve goes over to 23, set by 7, spike from 22, goes to Kazemba, who gets it over. 10-8, Lancers up down by 2. Kazemba will continue to serve. Great job from Kazemba getting that up. Serve goes over, received by 2, and that goes under the net. 10-9, Lancers down by 1. Kazemba continuing to serve. Kazemba serve again goes over off 22 and into the back. Score is now tied at 10. Kazemba will continue to serve for the Lancers. Kazemba serve is over. That goes to 2. Set by 7. Spike from 10. Nice save by Kazemba. Free ball. Spike back from Ella Bernthal. Set from Ella Bernthal. Spike from Nelner. Goes to 23. Set from 7. Spike from 22. Goes out of the back. Nice read by Kazemba to let that go. 11-10. Lancers now lead by 1. First time since the first point in the game. Kazemba will continue to serve. Kazemba serve goes over, received by 2, set by 7. Spike from 10 goes to the back row and again let go. 12-10, Lancers now lead by 2. Kazemba continuing to serve. Kazemba serve again goes over. see by 23, set by 7, spike from 22, that goes to Mayhew, set by Nelner, spike from Falkenberg, goes 23, set by 7, spike from 22, goes into the net. 13-10, Lancers lead by 3, Kazemba continuing to serve. Then the serve goes over, see by 2 and into the net. 14-10, Lancers lead by 4, Kazemba continuing to serve after the timeout from Blair Taylor. Kazemba's serve goes over, received by 23, set by 7, spike from set over by 22. It's the right idea, just didn't get it in, goes off to the left. 15-10, Lancers lead by 5. Kazemba will continue to serve. Kazemba's serve goes over, received by 2, set by 7, spike from 10, goes into the net. That should have been 4 hits. Sheridan never touched it. Spike from Bernthal goes over. Received by 2, set by 10, set over by 40, received by Falkenberg, set by Bernthal, spike from Nelner, goes to 23, set by 7, spike from 22. That goes to Bernthal and out into the stands to the left. 15-11, Lancers lead by 4. Should have been called 4 hits, but... oh well. 15-11, Lancers lead by 4. 7 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over, received by Falkenberg, set by Bernthal. Bumped over from Nelner, goes to 40, set by 23. Spike from 22. Falkenberg looked like she was going to go for it and then just never did. I don't know if she's expecting Julia to. They were both there. I don't know. 15-12, Lancers down up by 3. 7 continues to serve, goes to Mayhew. Set by Bernthal, spike from Falkenberg, goes to 40. Tipped over by Falkenberg, goes to 40. Set by 23, goes to Nelner. Set by Bernthal. Spike from Falkenberg does not make it over, and 2 hits were called for her. 15-13, Lancers lead by 2. 7 continuing to serve. Seven serve goes over, received by Falkenberg, set by Bernthal. Spike from Falkenberg goes to the back row. Received by 7, set by 23. Spike from 22 goes over. Nobody there to get to it in time. 15-14, Lancers down, up by 1. 7 will continue to serve. Serve goes over to Falkenberg, set by Bernthal. Spike from Falkenberg goes to the back row to 7. Set from 23, bumped over from 40. Received by Kazemba, set by Bernthal. Spike from, tip from Rail. Goes out to the right. Score is tied at 15-7, continuing to serve. Serve again goes over off. Falkenberg into the back. 16-15, Lancers down by 1. Seventh serve goes over to Mayhew, set by Bernthal. Bumped over from Nelner, goes to 40. set by 23, spike from 10 goes off the net, goes to Bernthal, set by Nelner, tipped over by Rail, does not go over. 17-15, Lancers down by 2, timeouts, Lancers. Seventh serve goes over to Mayhew, set by Nelner, spike from Falkenberg. Right on the line, nice spot. 17-16, Lancers down by 1. Rail will begin serving for the Lancers. Rail serve goes over, seat by 40. 23 can't tip it over in time. Goes into the net. Score is now tied at 17. Rail continuing to serve. Serve goes over and out to the right. 18-17, Lancers down by 1. 9 will come in for, 8 will come in for 10 and will begin serving. Her serve goes over to Bernthal, set by Nelner. Tipped over by Falkenberg, rolls up and over the net. Blair Taylor unable to get it over. Score is now tied at 18. Madison Bauer will come in for Ella Bernthal, and Katara Milky come in for Julia Mayhew. And Sheridan Nelner will begin serving for the Lancers. Serve goes over to 7. Set from 8 goes to 22. Set by Kazemba, set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg goes to 23. Free ball for Lancers. Set from Milky goes to nobody. Madison Bauer hit it. Does not go over. 19-18, Lancers down by 1. 22 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over to Rail. Set by Milky. Spike from Falkenberg goes back row and in. Score is now tied at 19. Abigail Heinze will come in for Isabel Rail and begin serving. Oh wait, never mind. Falkenberg will begin serving. Serve is over to 7, set by 23, tipped over by 40, saved by Milky, set by Nelner, bumped over from Milky, goes to 40, set by 23, set over by 2 to the back row to Falkenberg. He does not get that up. 20-19, Lancers down by 1. '23 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over to Falkenberg, set by Nelner, bumped over from Kazemba, seat by 23, set by 7, spike from 2, goes off Falkenberg and into the back. Probably could have let that one go. Actually, definitely could have let that one go. 21, should be 21-19. Should be 21-19, unless they don't feel like giving a point to themselves, but there we go. The serve goes over to Falkenberg, set by Nelner, spike from Kazemba, seed by 22. Set from 40 and over. Spike from Milky goes to the back row to 23. Tipped over, and Heinze isn't there to get to it in time. 22-19. Lancers down by 3. .23 continuing to serve for Blair Taylor. Serve again goes over to Kazemba, set by Nelner. Put over by Milky, received by 7, set by 22, spike from 40, goes to Falkenberg. Set by Nelner, spike from Kazemba, goes off the block. And nobody helping her from behind. Which there should have been somebody helping if there was a block, but nobody was, so. Ball went down, 23-19, Lancers lead by, Lancers down by 4. 23 continuing to serve for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over, received by Falkenberg, set by Nelner, spike, set over by Kazemba, nice read, nice up from 7, set by 40, spike from 22, goes into the net. 23-20, Lancers down by 3. And Milky will begin serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over to 8, set by 23, bumped over from 40. Received by Falkenberg, does not go over the set by Nelner, Milky puts it over. Received by 22, set by 7, spike from 40, goes up from Kazemba, nice save. Tipped over from Heinze. 40 gets it up, 2 can't get it over, and it falls onto the floor, 23-21. Lancers down by 2, Milky continues to serve after Rail comes in for Heinze. Milky serve goes over, received by 23, back set over from 40, received by Kazemba, set by Nelner, spike from Kazemba. Gets blocked, received by Nelner, tipped over by Kazemba. Nice spot, 23-22. Lancers remain in this game, and timeout, Blair Taylor. Milky serve goes over to 23. Set by 2, spike from 7, goes into the net. Score is now tied at 23. Milky will continue to serve for the Lancers. Milky serve goes over to 23. Set from 40, spike from 7, goes to Falkenberg. Set by Nelner, spike from Kazemba, will go down, nice spot. 24-23, Lancers have come back. One more point, they take this. Milky continuing to serve for the Lancers. Milky serve goes over to the back, see by 23, set over by 40, and nobody there. Nobody ready for it. Score is now tied at 24. It is win by 2. So the next team to score 2 in a row will take it. Red Taylor's number 2 will begin serving. Serve goes over to Falkenberg. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba. Goes off 7 and into the back. 25-24. Lancers lead by 1. Ella Brentha will come in for Madison Bauer. And Ella Brentha will begin serving. Brenthal serve goes over. Received by 23, set by 40. Spike from 7 goes to Falkenberg. Excuse me, set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba goes to 2. Set by 22, bumped over from 2. Received by Falkenberg. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba goes to 23. Set over by 40. Received by Falkenberg. Set by Nelner. Tipped over by Rail and goes down. 26-24. Lancers take the first game. And we will be back in 3 minutes for the second. Sorry, set, not game. '22 serve goes over to Kazemba, set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg goes back a little bit too far and out. Blair Taylor starts the game off with a lead, 1-0. Excuse me. '22 serve goes over to Kazemba. And foot fault called on the serve. Score is tied at 1. Nelner will begin the serving for the Lancers. Nelner serve goes over to 8 and down. 2-1 Lancers lead by 1. Nelner will continue to serve. Nelner serve goes over. C by 7 goes into the net. 3-1 Lancers lead by 2. Nelner will continue to serve. Nelner serve goes over to 22, set by 23. 40 can't get it over and is in the net. 4-1 Lancers down by up by 3. Nelner continuing to serve. Her serve goes over. Received by 7, tipped over from 2. Received by Nelner, set by Milky. Spike from Nelner. Ugh. My voice doesn't want to talk normally today. 5-1 Lancers lead by 4. Sheridan Elner continuing to serve. Elner serve goes over, received by 22, set over by 23, and Falkenberg is in the net. Or should have been called in the net because she was definitely in the net, but she wasn't called for it. So 6-1 Lancers lead by 5. She even knew she was called in the net. 3 comes in for 23. Elner serve goes over, received by 7. Set from 22 goes into the ceiling. 7-1 Lancers lead by 6. Milner serve goes over to 7. Set from 2. Spike from 40. Received by Kazemba. Set by Milner. Spike from Falkenberg goes to 22. Set from 3. Spike from 40 goes to Rail. Set by Nelner. Tipped over by Falkenberg. She's over the line. Yeah, there we go. .23 comes in for 3. 8-2 should be the score. Or they're not going to give themselves a point, I guess. They should. Tipped over from Falkenberg goes to 22, set by 7. Spike from 2 goes to Falkenberg and, goes to Falkenberg and she hits it twice. And there they gave themselves a point. 8-3 Lancers lead by 5. 23 will continue to serve for Blair Taylor. Her serve goes over to Kazemba, set by Nelner and over. See by 22 and that'll go into the net. 8. It just went from 7 to 8, but it's been at 8 this whole time. Unless it was meant to be 7 because it was 8-1 when they thought it was our point, and it should have been 7-2. That was probably it. I think Kazemba was in the net. I think she knows she was in the net as well. 9-3 Lancers lead by 6. And Falkenberg serve goes over to 22, set by 2, spike from 7. Goes to Falkenberg, set by Nelner, bumped over from Kazemba, goes to 22, set by 7. Spike from 40, goes to the back row and out. 10-3 Lancers lead by 7, and timeout Blair Taylor. Mayhew serve goes over to 23. Received by Williams. Set over from Kazemba. Received by 12. Set by 11. Spike from 40 goes out of the back. 22-4. Lancers lead by 18. Mayhew serve does not quite make it over. 22-5. 9 will continue to serve for Blair Taylor. Serve does not quite make it over. 23-5, Lancers lead. And Bauer will begin serving for the Lancers. Serve goes over to 12, set by 11. Spike from 10 goes over and down. 23-6. 11 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Her serve goes over to Mayhew. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba will go to 9. Set over by 10. Received by Williams. Set by Nelner. Spike from Roth goes too far to the back. 23-7 is now the score. Levin serve does not go over this time. 24-7. Lancers lead by 17. Falkenberg will come in for Williams, and Kazemba will begin serving for the Lancers. Kazemba's serve just goes over, received by 9 and goes down. 25-7, Lancers take this game. Set, take the set. Do be back in 3 minutes for the last one. 40 serve goes over to Kazemba. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba. See by 22, and that goes into the stand to their left. Julian Mayhew will come in for Milky. Power serve goes under the net. 7-5, Lancers down by 2. Ella Brenthal coming for Madison Bauer. And number 7 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over to Williams, set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba. See by 7, set by 23. Spike from 22 goes to Mayhew, set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba goes into the net. 8-5, Lance is now down by 3. Can somebody please tell me if I'm actually on? Because I still haven't received anything. I don't know what else to do because it seems like everything's working. 7 serve goes over to Mayhew, set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba goes down to 21, set by 23, and that goes into the stands. 8-6, Lancers down by 2. Falkenberg will come in for Williams, and Hannah Kazemba will begin serving. Kazemba's serve goes over to 2, set over by 22. And that goes down 9-6, Lancers down by 3. Eight comes in for 10 and will begin serving. 8 serve goes over to Kazemba, set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg goes into the net. 10-6, Lancers down by 4. 8 serve goes over. Bumped over from Nelner. See by 21. Set over by 22. Diving save by Kazemba. Sends it over. Set by 23. Save by Kazemba. Set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg. Goes over. See by 23. Nice up from Kazemba. Tipped over by Nelner. Punched over by 2. Up from Kazemba. Set by Nelner. Spike from Rail will go down. Hard-earned point there. 10-7. Lancers down by 3. And Isabel Rail will begin to serve. Isabel Rail serve goes over. Goes off 21 and out to the left. 10-9. Lancers down by 1. Rail will continue to serve. Serve goes over and way long. 11-9. Lancers down by 2. Abigail Heinze comes in for Isabel Rail, and 40 comes in for 21. 22 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over. Bernthal unable to get to it in time. 12-9. Lancers down by 3. .22 serve goes over to Kazemba, set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg goes to 23. Set from 40. Spike from 2 goes into the net. 12-10. Lancers down by 2. Madison Bauer comes in for Ella Bernthal, and Katara Melky comes in for Julia Mayhew. Nelner serving for the Lancers. Her serve goes over. Received by 7. Set by 23. Spike from 40 goes to Nelner. Set by Milky. Spike from Nelner goes to 7. Set by 23. Spike from 2 goes to Nelner. Nobody there to get it. 13-10. Lancers down by 3. We're cutting into varsity time, so I wouldn't be surprised if they went to 15. But not entirely sure. 23 serve goes to Kazumba, set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg goes 23, set by 7. Spike from 2. That goes out of the back. 13-11. Lancers down by 2. Set by 2 and over. Received by Nelner. Tipped over from Milky. Right idea to send it over. They weren't ready. 13-12. Lancers down by 1. Falkenberg will continue to serve. Serve goes over. Received by 8. Set from 4. Spike from 7 goes to Kazumba. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazumba goes to 22. Set over by 7. Received by Nelner. Falkenberg set by Nelner. Spike from Milky goes 23. Set by 7. Bumped over by 2. Received by Falkenberg. Set by Nelner. Falkenberg can't quite get it over. 14-12. Lancers down by 2. 12 will come in for 8. And Williams will come in for Falkenberg. 2 will begin to serve for Blair Taylor. Her serve goes over to Kazumba, set by Nelner. Spike from Kazumba goes out. 15-12. Lancers lead by 3. And we will go to 25. 2 serve goes over to Heinze, and free ball set by Nelner. Spike from Bauer and over, but out to the left. 16-12. Lancers down by 4. 2 will continue to serve. Two serve goes over to Abigail Heinze, set by Nelner. Spike from Bauer goes off 2 and out. 17-12. Lancers lead by down by 5. Roth will come in for Heinze, and Milky will begin to serve. Milky serve goes over. C by 2. Free ball. Spike from Kazumba. That's going to be called a lift. See, they don't have a carry, so they just call a lift. So even though it may not look like she lifted it, which she definitely didn't, it was a carry. So she kind of just like drug it with her hand over instead of just spike and pull back. So if you get really confused by that, that's what it means. They just don't have anything for a carry or a push where you're just guiding it with your hands the whole way instead of just spiking it. 17-14. Lancers down by 3. Bernthal serve after coming in for Bauer, and Mayhew coming for Milky. Bernthal serve goes over to 23. Set by 7. Pushed over by 22. Goes into the net. 17-15. Lancers down by 2. Bernthal will continue to serve. Her serve goes over to 22. And spike by 7 into the net. 17-16. Lancers down by 1. Bernthal will continue to serve. Her serve goes under the net. 18-16. Lancers down by 2. 7 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Her serve goes over to Heinze and out. 19-16. Lancers down by 3. 7 serve goes over to Bernthal, set by Roth. Spike from Nelner goes to 2. Set by 23. Spike from 22 goes over, and tit from Mayhew goes out. So should be 20 to 20 to 16. Lancers down by 4. 7 continuing to serve for Blair Taylor. Seven serve goes over to Heinze, set by Roth, bumped over from Nelner. And the spike called in, 21-16, Lancers down by 5. 7 will continue to serve. Serve goes over to Heinze, set by Kazemba, spike from Nelner. Oughta go down, 21-17, Lancers down by 4. Falkenberger come in for Williams, and Kazemba will begin serving. Serve goes over to 7 and out. 21-18. Lance is now down by 3. Kazemba continuing to serve. Serve goes over to 2. Sets by 22 goes down on Blair Taylor's side. So 21-19 Lancers now down by 2. Kazemba continuing to serve. Serve goes over to 7, set by 12. Bumped over from 22, goes to Falkenberg, set by Ross. Spike from Falkenberg goes to 23. Spike from 23 goes to Bernthal. And out. 22-19. Okay, yeah. I was gonna say. Should be 22. 22-19. Lance is down by 3. 8 will begin serving for Blair Taylor. Serve goes over to Mayhew. Set by Roth. And Kazemba. 23-19. Lancers down by 4. 8 serve goes over to Mayhew. Roth unable to set it. 24-19. Lancers down by 5. Serve again goes over to Kazemba, set by Ross. Spike from Nelner. Goes to 21, tipped over by 2. Nice up from Kazemba, free ball. Set by 3, 23. Spike from 2. Nice up from Kazemba, and Nelner to put it over. 21 will send it into the net. 24-20 Lancers. Down by 4. Rail will come in for Roth, and will begin serving for the Lancers. Serve goes over, just barely grazing the net. 24-21 Lancers, down by 3. Rail will continue to serve. Serve again goes over, received by 8. And it'll go out, 24-22. Rail continues to serve. Lancers may come back from this. Serve goes over, received by 21 and into the net. 24-23, Lancers now down by 1. 13 will come in for 21. Rail serve again goes over and in. 13. I think assumed that 8 was going to get it because she's going to get it and then she just backed off. Score is now tied at 24. Blair Taylor kind of just lost it there in the end. Next team to score 2 points in a row will take it. It is win by 2. Score is tied at 24. Rail will continue to serve for the Lancers. Rail serve goes over to 13. Set by 2, bumped over from 8. Received by Nelner. Set by Falkenberg. Spike from Nelner. That'll go in. 25-24. Lancers now lead by 1. Rail continuing to serve. Serve goes over. Received by 13. Set by 22. Bumped over from 23. Nice save. Set by Kazemba. Set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg. That goes to 7. Set by 23. Spike from 2 goes to Rail. Set by Nelner. Spike from Kazemba will go to 8. Bumped over from 23. Spike from Nelner goes to 8. Spike from 2. Nice save by Rail. Set by Nelner. Spike from Falkenberg goes to 23. Set by 8. Bumped over from 23. Received by Nelner. Set by Falkenberg. Spike from Nelner. Goes to 8. 8's made 3 diving saves in this. And that'll go off 22 and out. Lancers will take the game after being down by 7 coming back. No, 6. Being down by 6 and coming back and taking 8 points to win the game in a row. And please join us for varsity, which will start in like 30 seconds because JV game took forever. Went like, I think, let's see, what time is it? 14 minutes past. So there's a lot longer games tonight for JV. But yes, please join us for varsity, which will begin shortly.